Massive steel cables descend from the surface, creating heavy shadows over the ship.
Divers attach giant flotation bags to the sides of the frozen Bismarck.
A drone takes off from the newly installed aft pad.
Salutes from the deck as the ship reaches full speed. The restored Bismarck, a masterpiece of engineering, disappears into the horizon.
System optimized 100%.
The Bismarck accelerates, leaving the shipyard far behind.
Sense mechanical phase. The main engines are started, emitting a deep, powerful rumble.
A plume of clean white exhaust exits the funnel.
The propellers churn the water, creating a white wake.
On the bridge, the holographic displays show the ship's status in green.
The ship's radar spins rapidly at the top of the mast.
Engineering systems check complete.
Weapons and navigations are online. We are ready, Captain. Floorboards are vacuumed and polished in the officer quarters.
The Bismarck battleship lies dormant on the dark seabed, partially encased in translucent blue ice.
A close-up of the hull reveals thick layers of frost and frozen sea plants clinging to the steel.
Seaweed and kelp sway in the current, wrapped around the massive forward gun barrels. A school of small silver fish darts through a jagged hole in the side of the hull.
Clams and mussels are tightly packed into the crevices of the secondary battery mounts.
A lobster hides inside a rusted ventilation duct, its antennae waving. Massive steel cables descend from the surface, creating heavy shadows over the ship.
Divers attach giant flotation bags to the sides of the frozen Bismarck. The ship begins to lift, ice breaking away on large chunks as it leaves the seabed. Water cascades off the hull as the Bismarck breaks the surface, supported by massive slings.
The ship is towed into a sprawling, realistic shipyard filled with scaffolding and cranes.
The Bismarck is settled onto massive wooden and steel blocks in a dry dock.
Workers in grit-covered jumpsuits begin inspecting the rusted, seaweed-covered hull. High-pressure water jets blast away layers of barnacles and dead sea plants.
Steam rises as hot water is used to melt the remaining chunks of deep-sea ice.
A massive crane removes a damaged turret roof to reveal the internal mechanism. Technicians sandblast the hull, sending clouds of red rust dust into the air. A new, prefabricated steel section is hoisted toward the bow. A large pneumatic hammer drives rivets into the structural support beams. The old, corroded steam engines are lifted out of the ship's belly. Empty engine rooms are cleaned with degreaser and scrubbed.
Modern, high-tech engine blocks are lowered into the engine room. The massive battleship Bismarck, featuring its iconic...
Technicians connect thick fiber optic cables and smart sensors to the engine.
The bridge is gutted, and old dials are replaced with holographic interfaces.
Hold it right there, a little to the left. All right, secure the brackets.
The main deck wood is stripped and replaced with fresh, polished teak. The 38-centimeter guns are polished until the bare steel shines.
A layer of gray industrial primer is sprayed onto the hull.
The iconic red and white Baltic stripes are painted on the hull side.
The ship's name, Bismarck, is meticulously painted in gold leaf on the stern.
New glass is installed into the bridge windows, reflecting the shipyard.
Hydraulic systems for the main turrets are tested, moving the guns smoothly.
The anchor chain is lubricated with heavy grease.
Engineering systems check complete.
Weapons and navigations are online. We are ready, Captain.
Floorboards are vacuumed and polished in the officer quarters. The lifeboats are refurbished and lowered into their davits.
A worker inspects the weld seams with an ultrasonic scanner.
Workers remove the scaffolding, revealing the clean lines of the ship.
The deck is hosed down with clean water, shining in the sun.
New communication antennas are raised into position.
Fuel lines are connected and the new engines are primed.
The main bridge controls are calibrated by an East Asian male technician.
Watertight doors are tested, sealing with a heavy thud.
New modern ventilation fans spin up for the first time.
Fire suppression systems are tested with a quick burst of mist. The dry dock begins to flood slowly with seawater.
The water level rises, touching the freshly painted red bottom of the hull. The Bismarck begins to float, detaching from its support blocks. The dry dock gates open, revealing the open sea.
Tugboats attach lines to the bow to pull the ship out. The ship moves slowly out of the shipyard, looking brand new.
74. Sense mechanical phase. The main engines are started, emitting a deep, powerful rumble.
A plume of clean white exhaust exits the funnel.
The propellers churn the water, creating a white wake.
On the bridge, the holographic displays show the ship's status in green.
The ship's radar spins rapidly at the top of the mast.
A drone takes off from the newly installed aft pad.
The Bismarck cuts through the waves with ease.
A wide shot shows the ship as the largest and most modern battleship afloat.
Night falls, and the ship's deck is illuminated by blue LED accent lights.
The automated fire control system tracks a target on the horizon.
The captain's chair on the bridge is covered in premium black leather.
The anchor is raised, clanking against the side of the hull.
89. Sense. Mechanical phase. Modern life rafts in white canisters are mounted along the railings.
The Bismarck's wake creates a perfect V shape in the calm water.
A helicopter lands on the shipment helipad.
Flags of the new fleet are raised on the signal halyards.
The ship's hull is seen from below the waterline, perfectly smooth and clean.
The massive guns are lowered to their resting positions.
The sun sets behind the Bismarck, silhouetting its legendary profile.
Final inspection. A worker salutes from the deck as the ship reaches full speed. The restored Bismarck, a masterpiece of engineering, disappears into the horizon.